Stories from the Tabernacle by May Moore. Stage directions for Joseph. This story takes place in the desert, as is the parallel story of Captain Riley. So here's how I have sand as part of this story. I made just a big rectangle of fabric, and I sewed them together so it's kind of a dark brown on one side, a light brown on the inside. And there's all around the edge is space for this cord to fit in. So when you're not telling the story, you can scoop all the sand into the middle, put it all together, and wrap it up with the cord. And then when you are telling the story, you lay it flat, and you're able to spread the sand out. Now, you don't need a lot of sand. It doesn't even need to cover the entire area. Plus, that way, it's less likely to get spilled out if there's just enough to kind of give you the suggestion in the center here. Okay. For the story of Joseph, I chose this wooden figure to be Joseph, and this one to be his father Jacob. And they're going to start over here on the corner closest to the storyteller. This is where the audience is out here. And Joseph is his favorite son, so we're going to put this yellow felt cloak over his head. Just like that. And then when we talk about how his brothers grew to hate him and resent him, we're going to take the cloak off, like they steal his clothes. Then they're going to throw him into a pit. We're just going to cover him with a little felt. And the brothers come back and tell Jacob, and he's going to move over to this side. He's sad for a very long time. Meanwhile, we're just going to move Joseph out from underneath the felt and move him this way to Egypt. Remove that piece. We're going to put a little block over here and stand him up on it when he becomes the servant to a powerful Egyptian, so that he has a position of power right there. Unfortunately, it doesn't last. When he refuses to do what the wife says, he's put in jail. I just made a felt jail right here, and I'm placing it down here. And place Joseph inside the jail. When you say that God was still with him, you can just kind of cover your hand over like this. And then we're going to place the character of Pharaoh. This is my wooden character for Pharaoh. Place him back up on the block that kind of shows authority. And then Joseph is invited to the palace because of his ability to tell dreams. So we're going to remove the jail, put him right next to Pharaoh. And then to show the dream about the 7 years, you can use crackers, or what I have are these small pastas. So as we talk about the 7 years that there's going to be plenty of food, just place the pasta right there. And then Pharaoh is so proud of Joseph that he gives him this cloak. So he had a cloak, he lost a cloak, he gets a new cloak. It's on this way because he's facing the audience. And then we're going to introduce the characters of his brothers. These are the wooden characters I picked. And then I have a fourth one that's going to be his youngest brother, which looks just a little bit different. And the characters of the brothers are going to enter from this side and slowly make their way to Egypt. So we'll do that. We'll start them at that side. And we'll bring them across the desert because they're hungry and they want to buy bread. Then we'll bring Joseph down. He'll stand right here and he'll talk to them. And he'll want to test them because he no longer trusts them. So he'll take his youngest brother and just hide the figure behind him as if Joseph's kind of keeping him away. And when the brothers express their remorse, we'll just tip them over as if they're prostrate before Joseph, saying, "No, we will give our lives for our brother this time. We have changed." And he cries. You can touch your own eyes, or the figures say, like, he just cried and cried when he realized they had changed. And then we're going to stand these figures back up. And their youngest brother gets to join them. And they go back, and then we'll bring Jacob too. Jacob gets to come back and join them. And Joseph gives them all food to eat. So he places a pasta in front of each of them. And he says that you had plans to hurt me, but that God had plans to save the lives of many.